Okay,
What you got? What you got? What you got?
I got the reschedule.
Ooh,
Yeah.
the Rochester Erotic Arts Festival.
In 1 week, we're heading to one of our favorite events, the Rochester Erotic Arts Festival. It's a sex positive festival. Now, sex positive, what does that mean?
Yeah,
Actually, I think we want to do a full episode on what sex positive is.
okay.
But for today, let's just say that sex positive people believe that sex is a healthy part of life that should be discussed without shame, awkwardness, or judgment. And we'll go into a little more, like I said, what it means to be sex positive in another episode.
Sure.
We are the sexagenarian sages.
And we're here to bust the myths of sex and aging.
And sex positivity is what we're about.
Mhm.
We're about helping people understand their own sexuality, helping them get comfortable talking about it. We particularly like working with older individuals, older couples, but we can work with anybody over the age of 18. If you want to learn more, get in touch with us.
Yep, our link is down below.
And we'll put the link for the Rochester Erotic Arts Festival down below as well.
You can go there and you can see what the schedule is, see what the various
Workshops.
and events are that are going to be there. We'll talk about them just a little bit.
And one of the reasons I like it so much is because it is an event where you can learn more about sexuality, but you can also just enjoy yourself talking with other people who are comfortable with their sexuality. But I wanted to look at the schedule and see some of the things that are going on.
We've presented at a few of these in the past. This year we decided we're just going to go and have fun.
Yeah,
So we're not doing any presentations this year.
yeah. We decided, I enjoy doing the presentations, but that becomes the focus. And I wanted to have, it's been 2 years or more since we've been able to really get out and enjoy things. I want to enjoy things this year.
Yep.
So some of the things I want to enjoy. So let's see, this is the Friday night schedule.
Yep.
The event actually runs Friday evening
April 29th.
through Sunday morning.
Yep.
The doors open at 6 a.m.
6 p.m.
Thank you. I guess I'm anxious for it to start. I am looking at 6:30. There's a Bdsm 101 class.
You learn some of the fundamentals, the elementary elements of BDSM, what it really means, and what it doesn't mean.
Including consent. And this class is actually a required class for anybody who wants to attend some of the other more explicit workshops, shall we say. So you need to get sort of, what do they call it? Vetted in order to attend some of the workshops. And this is one of the ways to get vetted.
And this would also get you vetted to be actually able to go into the dungeon.
Yes. Now we've been vetted, so we don't need to go to that. So I'm actually looking at 7 o'clock, 7 to 8. There's an introduction to sex toys. And we've got a pretty extensive collection of sex toys for ourselves, but it might be interesting to go and see what else there is.
They'll talk about the materials that sex toys are made out of, what's safe, what's not safe.
How to care for them.
Yeah, how to maintain them, clean them, how to use them, all that kind of thing. And being able to find the ones that you're interested in.
In addition to workshops where you can learn about things, there's a number of performances. The hotel has a beautiful atrium where they're actually going to have different stage shows. For example, from 8 o'clock to 9:30 on Friday night is the rope fashion show. Now, if you're familiar with bondage, you know there's different styles of bondage. Some of them can be extremely artistic. And in this rope fashion show, they're actually going to display different artistic forms of rope play. They're going to have a, what do you call it, a catwalk.
Yes.
That the people who are wearing the rope will actually walk along and display, and they'll talk a little bit about the different styles of rope. This one's good, 10 o'clock.
The Aerial Arts of Rochester. That's a great group. They do a lot of acrobatic work. So they will be doing things as aerial acrobats within the atrium.
Mhm.
So they do some wonderful shows, some wonderful work.
They do some suspension. There's a very, very artistic quality to it as well. There's dance mixed in. It's a wonderful show.
Yep.
Another workshop that looks interesting is Role Playing 101. People talk about role playing and sex, playing the maid and the servant and so on and so forth. How do you approach that?
You want to be the police officer, you want to be the fireman.
Mhm.
How do you work with that? How do you get the equipment that you want for it? How do you actually portray one of those?
And how do you establish boundaries? And really talk about the scene. What is it that we want to work with in this scene? And maybe what you want to work with is a little bit edgy for your partner. Learn how to work that out.
Or edgy for you.
Yep.
How do you go about the conversation to set those up?
Mhm. And then late night, Friday night, starting at 11, there's going to be a dance party. Somebody likes to dance. I love watching you dance. You get so free and
I like erotic dance.
Let's see. Let's move on to Saturday.
Saturday morning.
Actually, Saturday morning is a little more laid back. They've got a partnered yoga class. They've got some water aerobics. Things really get going around noon. And this is one I'd like to go to. This quick bondage for subduing your play partner. And see if we can find some new easy ways.
Yeah, I'm a fumbler when it comes down to ropes. I'm not really good with knots. I've had some training, but it's difficult for me to work with them. If I can come up with a quick way of being able to work with them, it will be a real help.
Sirens and Stilettos is doing a mini burlesque show at 2 o'clock.
That's a burlesque group.
Out of Rochester.
Yep.
And they are great. Once again, beautiful performances.
Yep. Great costumes, very artistic, as well as dramatic presentations included. It's a lot of fun.
And burlesque is not what most people think. Most people, when they think burlesque, they think striptease, or they go to the movie Burlesque.
Which has nothing at all to do with burlesque.
Yeah, there's a burlesque troupe here in Syracuse. We love their shows.
Salt City Burlesque.
Salt City Burlesque, and we'll just see when they've got another show coming up.
Yep.
Let's see. Oh, Dungeon Orientation and Exploratorium.
Yep.
Sex dungeons. We'll have to do an episode on that.
I think
They have different supports, tools to actually, I don't want to say support again, but I'll say it, support you in playing with some of the more edgy type stuff.
And dungeons aren't just ropes, whips, chains.
No.
There's so much more that goes into a dungeon, and you can find out what that really is all about.
This is one I want to go to. Kink, sex, and chronic pain.
Ah.
I looked at the write-up for this workshop, and by the way, the write-ups are on the website as well. They're going to be focusing on bondage. And one of the reasons I wanted to go to this is, sometimes we've played with bondage and I've ended up with cramps and we've had to get me out very, very quickly.
Yep. I have hands that don't work really well, a lot of pain in my hands. And how can I work with that?
And that's one of the reasons why we use the cuffs. It's a whole lot easier to take the cuffs off.
Yep.
Because the ropes are attached to the cuffs.
Right. And this is, once again, something to do with sex and aging. As we grow older, we start to develop a lot of joint pain, muscular pains, and how can we work with that and still have a vibrant sex life?
And it's really about learning to work with it, not just saying, well, I guess I can't do this anymore.
Right.
This is one that I think is also important. Healthy personal boundaries and submission. We're going to do an episode with our friend, the Kinky Fairy Godmother, about domination and submission. And part of playing with domination and submission is understanding the boundaries of both the dominant and the submissive. It's part of setting the scene. So this is going to be an interesting workshop.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, I didn't circle it on here. They're gonna have a class on how to swim in a mermaid tail,
Ah,
so.
who would be interested in learning to swim in a mermaid tail? Here's your chance to find out.
And then Saturday evening, oh, this one, I want to go to Tantra for couples. Tantra is something that we've wanted to explore. We've explored a little bit intellectually. And I want to explore it a little more, especially now that things are opening up a little more. We can go to some classes, but this will be a start. And let's see. As I mentioned, the Sunday morning ones are more of workshops that are really teaching you how to do something as versus learning what it's about. They've got one about basic rope bondage, Sunday morning, and hands-on pony play. Do you know what pony play is? You want to tell them what pony play is?
Well, it's role playing.
And there's also one on erotic hypnosis.
And there are also late night parties throughout this. Now, those are things you have to be vetted for, you have to be trained for, but you can get that vetting and you can get that training at this festival.
Yeah.
Of course, we've already talked about the dungeon play and gives you an opportunity to, in a safe way, be able to explore these things.
I think that's one of the things I want to mention is the importance of safety and consent is stressed at this festival. It's going to be a fun time.
I think so. We enjoy it every year we go.
Yes, we do. And we will include the link. Tickets are still available. And
I think the hotel is kind of filled at this
yeah,
point.
the hotels are filled.
But there are other places nearby, hotels that you can find rooms,
And
bed and breakfasts, things like that around the area.
if you're local, just go for the day.
Yeah.
We've done that a couple of times too.
Yep.
So check out the Rochester Erotic Arts Festival. It's a good way to go learn more about yourself, learn more about sexuality, and just plain spend time in an environment where people are comfortable with sexuality.
We'll be there. We don't have a table this year, but we'll be there. If you see us, come on up and say
Yeah,
hi.
say hi. So we hope to see you there.
Yep. Thanks for watching. Hit that subscribe button, click, 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 so that you will get some notifications when you hit the bell. Thanks for watching.
And we hope to see you this weekend.